Hello and welcome. A little bit of a change from the usual scenery. Hi, I'm Phil. For those of you that haven't already seen the video that Joe's posted last week, I am now your resident entertainment every week, which is quite a privilege. Thank you, and I'm hoping to entertain all of you as much as I can. Joe's just extremely busy, and he's very, very flatteringly handed this and all of your trust into me, which is extremely kind of him, and I'm very grateful, so thank you for that, Joe. I'm not going to beat about the bush with introductions, because no doubt you'll learn more about me as the weeks go on, but we're just going to kick straight in, because I thought this week it's best to go big or go home, and there's a fly in the room, so I apologise if he gets in the way. George T. Stagg, 2014 release, 69.05%. Natural colour, because in America we can't add any colour into whiskey, it's forbidden. No filtration, 16 years old as a minimum. Quite the bottle. And I'm very happy to own this, and I thought I would open it in honour of being given essentially this job, because I've got a couple of bottles at home that I've had for a while, and I said I wouldn't open them until something really cool happens. And this is pretty cool. I'm very honoured to be able to do this. So I opened it last night, and give it a bit of a review with and without water, just to see what differences it makes. I'll be doing it today without any water, because that's what Joe classically does. And I'll be giving it a score out of 10, which is an unusual thing for me. But to tell you a little bit about the man whose name is on the bottle. George T. Stagg was born in the 1800s, the early part of the 1800s, and he was initially a salesman from Maryland. And after a couple of years of selling stuff door to door, he teamed up with a guy called Edmund H. Taylor, who later became Colonel Taylor. Buffalo Trace also have a bottle in memory of him as well. They helped create the Bottle and Bond Act, which was an absolutely massive thing in America, brought in regulations and statutories and all that sort of stuff. And they essentially laid down the foundation for what we know as modern day Buffalo Trace, or certainly the beginnings of modern day Buffalo Trace. Quite pioneering, and rightly so. He's had this bottle named after him, along with a few others in a series called the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. 5 bottles, all of extraordinary stature. Hopefully in a couple of months' time I might have a couple more to review for you, so that'd be pretty good. But let's get straight onto the whiskey. Quite a lovely dark colour. Reminds me of golden syrup or treacle. The nose in general isn't that much different to what you expect from a regular whiskey, or certainly American whiskey. Virgin oak matured, mostly corn based, with a good bit of rye in there too, and use malted barley just to kickstart fermentation a little bit. But you get a ton of like candy corn, vanilla, custard, or sort of like vanilla cream, fresh eucalyptus, like really kind of freshly picked mint. Think like mint julep cocktails. And I'm not a smoker, but there is quite a lot of kind of cigar smoke and tobacco leaf. It's a beautifully balanced whiskey. Taste time. As you would imagine, there's a lot of spice on that. Huge, huge amounts of spice. Kind of think Southern American Creole kind of barbecue. It's got this wonderful smoke element to it, which is no doubt from the charring of the barrel. Cayenne pepper. Those big, heavy, kind of French influenced spices. Got, different coloured peppercorns. Wonderful kind of underlying quality of dark chocolate, still a good bit of mint. Galaxy caramel bars. That's a very British thing. If anyone has tried a Galaxy caramel bar, just that really kind of soft, thick, milky quality chocolate. Goes on for absolute days. Still taste flavours now. A little bit of jalapeno pepper. Kind of fresh zingy spice, kind of darts from side to side in your mouth. What's the finish got to say? Again, a good bit of smoke, mainly from the barrel, but associating it so much more with that kind of heavy, sweet cigar smoke. It's tannic, it's dry, but you can still taste corn, which I think is a very good quality in a whiskey, not only of that age, but of that rarity. You still get a good hint of what the new make spirit's about. If anyone's ever tried Buffalo Trace White Dog, that kind of new make spirit they sell, you can still taste that sweet savoury corn, and then all of the flavour in the world just balanced on top of it. And it is balanced. This isn't a whiskey that's all spice, all power. It's got decadence, it's got prowess, it's got a good bit of grace to it. It's not just, you know, a hit in the face from Mike Tyson. After he's hit you, he then kind of gives you a massage. Taking everything into account, and if this bottle was more widely available, and you could get it on a regular basis, because at the minute, you know, people buy it up, they sell it on, which I think is not great. I don't think all investment is wrong, but I think that selling these things on is truly a criminal act, because they are far too rare to sell. You know, they're absolutely beautiful examples of what is going on at Buffalo Trace, and if I ever get my hands on any of them, I buy them, I open them, I drink them. I think it's a wonderful expression of American whiskey. But if it was more widely available, it would be a 10. And I know that's bold for my first review. It's extremely bold. But because of its, at the minute, lack of availability, that's the only thing that's going to downgrade it for me. The flavour's there. When you can find it on a shelf for its original retail price, which is rare, but it is doable, you just got to hunt a little bit. It's great value. It's like between about 140 to 160 pounds, which I think for that is, you know, not a lot of money at all. I'd buy it all the time. As a result of that, I'm going to give it a 9.5, and I stand by that. I really do. If you could get it on a regular basis, it would be a 10 without a shadow of a doubt. But because it's just that little bit too overhyped at the minute in terms of its selling on ability, I'm going to give it a 9.5. But that's still the highest rating I've ever given to a whiskey. I do normally rate whiskies in private. Nothing's ever got over a 9 before, so there you go. But hopefully you've enjoyed this review. I'll be seeing much more of you all, and hopefully you'll be seeing much more of me if you liked me. I'll be doing a tour of my whiskey collection in a couple of days, so this will go out on Wednesday. Then hopefully on like Friday or Saturday, I'll do a little tour of my collection in my flat, and you can all comment on it and tell me what you want me to try first, you know, what you guys are really excited about for me to try, because there's some really cool stuff kicking around that I've been looking for an excuse to get out there or open, even because some of the stuff's still closed. But hopefully, we'll be seeing much more of each other in the future. So have a good night, whatever you're doing, or a good day, whatever time this video goes out. And yeah, I'll see you around. Cheers.